to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we live in different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me keep on running. Toes they gonna take
this is what we gotta tell.
This man doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
What up? What up? What up? Welcome.
What's up? Oh, my bad. My bad.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports, man. I'm Davey Dollars, the host of Dave's Doghouse, and we got Mr. Your Done Son, Tomo. What's going on, Tomo?
Man, not too much, man. You know, this Good Friday evening. Feel like it's almost 10 p.m. outside if, you know, daylight savings is affecting you. But other than that, man, I'm doing good. Fresh off the 1K celebration. Ready to actually dive into some of those topics that we skipped over yesterday. So how you feeling, man? I know you got a lot of people in the maintaining the doghouse is a lot, man. I know you got the dogs that's in the kennel, then you got the dogs that's walking the yard. Like, how things with you, man?
Man, I don't know. I think I might have to get a dog sitter sooner or later, you know, especially for the ones that's in the house. They don't know how to act. You know, they're wilding out, trying to do whatever they can to get out the house. But I keep telling them, you know, if you act better, then, you know, I give you a chance. You know, no doggy treats. You still get food, but, you know, you don't get no treats and nothing like that, you know.
Yeah, be careful, man. You know, they're calling people.
Yeah, hey, I don't need Peter calling me. Look, I'm making sure they well fed. So, you know, you just, you know, no treats. You know, treats is a specialty. You know, it's a gift, you know.
Donations.
There you go.
Got you. We on the same page. We here.
There you go. Hey, look, it's gonna be a nice show today. We got some really good topics to talk about. Russ decided to go to the bench. What we think about that?
Mm-hmm.
You got the Bengals now with Joe Burrow out for the rest of the season. What's going on with them? Do they have a chance to get into the playoffs? And we have a great game that's gonna happen on Monday night.
Got a lot of stakes on that game too.
Super Bowl rematch. So we're gonna get into that. But before we get started, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Even though we know we at 1K, but hey, subscribes don't stop there. You know, we gotta get the 2K, 5K, 10K, 100K, 1 mil. You know, we gotta get there. So definitely make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and become a member. You know, we'll have a commercial that'll go into all of that, so that way you'll know exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about memberships. Just make sure you click the link in the bio. We are live right now on 3 platforms: Facebook, YouTube, and X. So if you're on Facebook and YouTube, you can like, share, and subscribe. So make sure you do that. If you are on, what's up, mama? You know, make sure you if you're on Twitter, you like it, repost it. You know, that way more people can watch it. So, you know, let's make sure we have a great show. And other than that, it's Friday. Time to have some fun.
They know.
Fantastic Friday. So all we gotta do, what y'all do on Fridays when after you get off work, you know, you have happy hour. Then you go to the club to do what? Turn me up. All right, man. Let's have some fun. Tom, I'll go ahead and do your thing.
So, like my man said, we got to talk about a bevy of topics, but the first one we're gonna get into, man, you know, is BET play this movie so much. They play it over and over. You might can find it on Tubi. You can find it on probably Bounce, Freeform, VH1. If you don't know what I'm talking about now, we definitely talking about Jody. And I ain't talking about Tyrese Halliburton, man. We got to talk about I'm talking about Draymond, man, jumping from like 6 feet and choking out Rudy Gobert. So Tuesday it came down after the Tuesday night matchup against the Timberwolves. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. They actually issued out the fines and the suspensions. So Draymond got suspended for 5 games for putting Rudy Gobert in the chokehold. And we just got to say, man, was that too harsh? Was the league too harsh on Draymond? I'm gonna start this one off, Dave. So I sat back and thought about it. I was like, they really don't like this guy. Like, they really don't. And he just find new ways for the league to just be like, we really don't like you, man. And this is like his 5th suspension of his career. So, prior to the punishment, Draymond was serving the suspension for the stump on Sabonis in a playoff game. So he went from stumping to choking people out. I think he need to be in the WWE. I think he's trying to tell us something that this is his future career, but he ain't trying to let us know right now. Because the Warriors not looking too good. A lot of people are talking about maybe Clay need to get traded. Is he washed? I don't know. But for me, I would have gave him 3 games just because I seen him jump from half court all the way to the free throw line to perfectly place his arm around Rudy Gobert's neck. Like, that was insanity. So he gets 3 games for that.
That man definitely been practicing some WWE moves. There's no way he got that perfectly.
Ain't no way. No way. But the memes and everything. Draymond, leave it to Draymond to give you a good meme. But I don't think that was too harsh, man. Like, you're trying to, again, make this a family league. You see with the play-in tournament and things they got like that of that nature to make more people watch the games. So if you're bringing in new fan bases, it's going to be like, well, if it's for family, why is everyone fighting? And that's the first thing they're going to do is be like, well, here we go again. And they're going to think of Meta World Peace or Ron Artest. So 5 games, I think they was actually light. For me, it was a fine. It was like 770K or something like that they fined him. Mm-hmm. That was a lot for me. But Dave, how you feel about it?
Hey, hold up.
Oh,
we got one already.
Hold up.
As you can see, it is just me and Tomo today. Joe had some family business he had to handle, but shout out to Joe with the $5.99 super chat. Mr. Refused to lose himself, the guy who started it all. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. Happy 1K, fellas. Do y'all think Draymond will hurt the Warriors in the long run? Swipe an MVP season. That's a good question. Before I answer that, let me. Were you finished with your part?
Yeah, I was good.
Okay. So no, they weren't harsh on Draymond. This is what he's used. This is what he's done. I think what it was, he missed the fact that Steph wasn't on the court, so he decided to do whatever he could to get ejected. He's been ejected 11 times in his career. 7 out of 11 times is because Steph wasn't playing.
That's his way of calling in sick.
He just called in sick, man. He just wanted to be able to enjoy the sideline with Steph while Steph is out. So that's all it is, man. He just misses brother Steph. That's it. But now they weren't too harsh. I mean, players gotta understand this at the end of the day. If you have a history, yes, it's gonna come up. Look at what happened to Josh Gordon in the NFL. People forget about him, but remember, he kept getting suspended for doing what? Smoking marijuana. Then you had
he elevated from the marijuana.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
And then you had other guys like Brian Cushing, linebacker for Houston Texans, taking PEDs. So he kept getting suspended. That's what happens. The more you have history of something, the more you're going to get suspended for it. That's just what happens. That's how it goes. It doesn't matter what it is that you do. It doesn't matter how harsh it is. The fact is, you continue to do something, and they see that if you got fined for it, if you got suspended for it, you got ejected for it, it's going to happen. That's just what happens. You got to understand that and be careful of what you do. I do have one thing. I do have an issue with what Kendrick Perkins has said, though, because he said that we wanted to make sure we want Draymond to get back to the Draymond we all know and love. This is the Draymond we all know and love. What you mean? This is what he's always done.
Hold on.
Do you not remember when he stumped? When he did the 8-time stump on Sabonis in the playoffs last year? Did you forget about that?
Did you forget about the kick flips that he be doing when people going for rebounds?
Remember, he he hit LeBron and his family jewels. He did the same thing with what's the center for the Memphis Grizzlies who
Man,
OKC.
what is his name?
Steven
He
Adams.
looked like Aquaman. Yeah.
Steve Adams. Come on, man. This is what Draymond does. This is the Draymond we all know and love. So it's nothing that he's going to be going back to. He's just going to go back to what he just did, what he got suspended for. That's what Draymond do. The same Draymond that knocked out Jordan Poole and got him traded to the Wizards.
Yeah, I mean, I need Draymond to talk to him right about now because averaging 15 points. This ain't the same Jordan Poole we seen, man.
Hey, look, this comment right here sums it all up. With his history, Draymond's lucky he didn't get more, and that's absolutely correct. He could have got suspended for half a season. If they wanted to be harsh, now that would have been a little crazy. If they gave him half a season, I'm like, all right, that's wild. But it's 5 games. Like, deal with it. It's 5 games. The only thing is now to get to Joe's question. I think it's possible that it'll hurt them. I mean, but honestly, they're already on a 6-game losing streak, so it's not like he helping them out right now. Draymond is not what he used to be. So I don't know. Draymond he'll get you some steals, a couple blocks, he'll get some rebounds, but I mean the Warriors got a bigger issue than Draymond. They need some scoring.
Yes.
They need some scoring to go with Steph. So I don't think Draymond is going to be the biggest issue for real, but it don't look good for the Warriors right now. So it's besides Draymond, they definitely need help. They need some more defensive help. They need some more. Well, not necessarily because they're both. I think they're still top. I think they're top 15 in offense and defense. It's just that they just not.
They top 15 in defense. Who they played? The Wizards. Like, you want to get your defense instead.
I could be thinking about a whole nother team. Never mind. That's my bad. That's the Kings I'm thinking about right now. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, man, because
but yeah, they got a lot more things that need to be worked on other than Draymond. So Joe said, I get what Perkins saying. Ever since 2016, he'd be doing too much, like forcing the villain role. I mean, but what was he before 2016?
I don't think he's forcing it though. I think he real life just know his role on his team, and he's that guy, the enforcer.
But my question is, what was Draymond before 2016? He became who he was after they won their first title in 2015. So I mean, is he talking about just 2015? But he was, from what I remember, he doing the same thing then. He just didn't get suspended or ejected.
Yeah, I was gonna say he always been that scrappy player. It's just the fact that the light wasn't on him, like you said, until they won. And now that they started winning, like, hold up, man, why your man wilding like that? And he probably was like, I'm wilding because 1, I wasn't supposed to be in the NBA. 2, I got a ring. 3, we got 2 rings. Let's talk about how we got the best backcourt in the NBA. So I can see Draymond just taking it to another level. But I want to revisit one thing right quick. Kendrick Perkins said that, but got on ESPN and pulled his belt off and whipped the chair, talking about this is what the Mavericks do. Like, Perk, hold up, Perk. Like, you can't be doing that. This is the same Perk that had the 2 bottles. Like, come on, Perk. Like, what you doing, man?
He think he's Shannon Sharp. That's what it is. You know, Shannon Sharp was getting away with all that with FS1, so now he think he could do it on ESPN. So
then what you think Draymond gonna do? If he can get away with it in the locker room, he gonna keep doing it, Perk.
There you go.
Like, great message, but wrong messenger. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's facts.
And let me answer Joe's question right quick. Yeah, I think it might hurt them in the long run because now he's out for 5 games. Of course, Gobert, Thompson, and McDaniels, they all been fined for their actions too. But now the light goes over to Clay a little bit more because it's like, well, is Clay washed or not? Should we start thinking to trade Clay? Are we actually gonna sign him back? There's a lot of questions that's gonna get right. I mean, there was already questions on the bubble, but now people are actually gonna sit down and start thinking about the answers to these questions. So yeah, it may be some big changes, man.
It may be, but that has yet to be seen. Clay definitely ain't the same as what he used to be. We definitely know that. He had some spurts when they won a championship 2 seasons ago, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's time for a new environment, man. You know, just like they got Chris Paul over there. That'll be a topic for another day. I think we started something here.
Hey,
But
they said that Miami might be a spot for him.
that would be nice. How you feel about that? Before we go into the next topic,
I'd be cool with that, long as he ain't starting.
who would y'all give up though?
Yeah,
That'd
that's
be a
it.
good.
They can have Kyle Lowry.
Come on, man. You know Kyle Lowry ain't going nowhere. Kyle ain't going nowhere. He served his purpose on the
Did you
team.
see that stat line he put up last night?
Come on, the 3-3-3.
Yeah, I thought he was D Wade.
Hey man, he know something, man. He knows something.
Trying
But
to put things into the universe using that 3-3-3. Okay,
hey, it's gonna be a 3-team trade. I'm
let's
just
go to the
saying
next topic.
we don't know, man. We don't know. But we gotta talk about another trade that's like ruining another culture. So Westbrook came out and said, you know what? I'll come off the bench. You know, we got Harden in here, and I'll go to the bench so we can build some continuity within the team. Dave, was it the right move for Westbrook to come off the bench?
Yes. For this instance, for one, you traded a lot to get James Harden. You traded away some of your best defensive players for him. You traded away Batum, Robert Covington. You traded some picks to get him, and it's a lot of money. So you're not going to put the system on the bench.
Oh man,
because that's what he is, right? Didn't James Harden say, I don't run the system, I am the system? So
hey,
you can't put the system on the bench, correct? So the only person to do it was Russell Westbrook. And Russ, this is one thing that doesn't get talked about. Russ is one of the best leaders in the game. I'll say that right now.
no, I agree.
He's someone who's willing to make a sacrifice no matter what it is. When he was with LA, he made the sacrifice to go to the bench with LeBron. You know, he's willing to make a sacrifice, and he's willing to do whatever he can to galvanize his players to help them win. So we got to give Russ some praise on that. And then he's doing something that a lot of other players, most players that have done what he did, would not necessarily do. Think about now. This person never won an MVP, but he was a MVP caliber player. Think about Carmelo Anthony. You know, when he went to certain places, he didn't want to come off the bench. He was just like, nah, like I'm mellow. I want to start. Same thing with Allen Iverson. When Allen Iverson didn't want to come off the bench. That was another guy. So you got to talk about. Okay, Jody. Shout out to Westbrook for being the adult on the team. Now everybody else have to make sacrifices. # leader. # swiper MVP season. Yeah, that's true. That's pretty much what I was saying. Shout out to Joe. That was a super chat for being a member for 4 months. I mean, that's how long we've had memberships.
You know what I'm saying?
But man, it's
time flies when you're having fun, man.
It definitely does. I didn't even realize it was 4 months ago. That's crazy. Hey, that's what happens. Like you said, that's how when you're having fun. But yeah, I definitely think this is a good idea. I mean, one, this is someone who's used to coming off the bench now. And he's made a big impact coming off the bench. He made an impact with the Lakers when he was coming off the bench. And when he went to the Clippers last season, he was making an impact. Even when Kawhi and PG went down in the playoffs, he was the one. He had some really good games in the playoffs last year. I mean, they didn't make it past the first round because they had to play it against Phoenix. But other than that, they played. That was a Russ wasn't the reason they lost. Let me put it to you that way. And he decided to come off the bench. You know, he didn't have to. He could have been like, nah, I'm Russ. I'm starting. But he said, I'll go to the bench. And now he wants to be able to help acclimate his brother, James Harden, into the lineup and say, hey, look, y'all need some continuity. Let me go ahead and go to the bench. I'm already used to this. I can make sure I do this. And y'all did a lot to get him. So go ahead. Y'all do whatever y'all can to get together offensively and defensively for the starting five. And I'll just help with the bench. And I think that was a great decision. Now, will it work? I don't know, because it still depends on will James Harden make the sacrifice. And that's being a part of a system and not being the system. I think that's the issue with Harden. He still believes he's the system. I don't think that's going to work. Not in LA, not with Ty Lue, not with Paul George, not with Kawhi. It's not going to work I think he has to make a sacrifice. If he's saying that he's willing to do that to help teams win a championship, he needs to show that now.
That's funny because you named Carmelo, right? And then we're talking about James Harden. It sounds like the same situation. Wherever Melo went, he was like, I'm not coming off the bench. I'm a starter. Like, he still got it in his head that he's the franchise player. And technically, everywhere that James Harden has went, outside of the Rockets, where he was that franchise player, is you're part of a big three now. So there is some sacrifice that you're going to have to tend to. And the other two people that you're playing with can create their own shot. It's not like they need you to set them up. So all the dribbling and then trying to find somebody outside of Embiid. Because Embiid was the perfect situation for him. He just messed that all the way up. Like the pick and roll and everything with that. But one thing I want to say is a few years ago, people used to kill Russ, right? He's not a team player. He's not this. He's always for himself. He padding the stats when he was getting the triple doubles. But technically, everywhere Russ has went, those teams have gotten somewhat better. I mean, when he was down there with James Harden, they still made the playoffs. They was in the bubble. And they won some games. Like, then he gets traded to the Wizards, where technically everyone thought the Wizards was on a down spiral, and that was one of Bradley Beal's best seasons. He still averaged.
And where did the Wizards end up?
In the playoffs. So they made the playoffs. He still averages triple doubles. Bradley Beal had one of his best scoring seasons that year. He finished second for the scoring title that season. A lot of the young players still love Russ to this day because of his leadership, because of that. Mm-hmm. Now he goes out to LA. They like, hey, Russ, you might have to come off the bench. At first, it was some pushback because I understand why it was some pushback there too, because it's like, well, AD not really giving y'all nothing. Right. At least I'm going to go get a rebound. Like, you want me to sit on the bench? All right, cool. So he went to the bench. The team got a little bit better. Then, you know, the situation always felt. LeBron always wanted some more scoring. Technically, goes to the Clippers. Next thing you know, James Harden is there. We got fast forward just a little bit. James Harden gets there, and Russ looks around and says, "Oh, this the Lakers all over again." Mm-hmm. You know what, hey Ty Lue, I'm gonna go to the bench, bro. You good? Like, I can see how you looking at some of these huddles. I'm okay. I'm gonna just go to the bench. I'm gonna run with the second unit. I'm gonna still get my numbers. Some people are gonna get better while I'm out there. So, boom, I'm gonna go to the bench. So the question was it the right move for Russ? Yeah, because now look at him again. Also, we got to note that he took that pay cut this season too to come back. So yeah, Russ is showing y'all.
He only getting like $4 million or something like that, right?
I think so. Yeah, he took a mean cut. Yeah,
I'll look for the contract. Go ahead.
All right, but yeah, that just goes to show Russ is showing y'all that everything that y'all said about him over the years was all lies, technically, because you really didn't see what was happening in the locker room. Of course, on the court, it looked this way, but he went out there and said, all right, I'm going to go on the bench. And it might be a little bit of spite, too, because he might just be like, you know what? I'm going to watch this project fail, and then y'all going to call me and ask me to go back to the starting lineup. But we're going to see. So, for me, I think it was the right move for Russ. And for the Clippers, I just think it was the wrong move to trade for Harden anyway.
Yeah, so his contract is it was a 2-year, $7.8 million contract. He makes about $4 million this year and a little over $4 million next year.
Okay, that's a lot in LA. Some taxes, he's probably making 1.5 after the taxes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say taxes. He getting taxed like crazy in LA. So
he like y'all. He like y'all a lot. I don't know. I ain't did that one. It's LA. Anywhere else, I'd actually said trade me to. I don't know what Portland taxes look like, but yeah, trade me to Portland or somewhere. But
I'd say trade me to Miami. Miami, no state taxes,
and the weather's nice.
There you go.
Yeah, but like you said, in the long run, we'll see. Because I think Ty Lue is upset with this situation too, man.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's me, but Ty Lue in that press conference didn't look happy when he had to talk about James Harden.
Nah, it reminded me of when the Cowboys got T.O. and who was it? It was Parcells. He was like, "Why would you go do that?"
Yeah,
I think it's one of those things.
Yeah, it definitely was like that. Even though T.O. was a baller,
yeah.
James Harden is no T.O. I'm sorry.
Then he got excuses. Like, he coming out here with the excuses telling something. I didn't have a training camp. So
it's your fault you ain't had training camp.
Come on, man. He tried to use that one. It was like, nah. I know it's public. Like, no, that's not the card I told you to use. Man. But look, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break, man. For everybody that's tuned in with us right now, while you either come in from the happy hour getting ready to go to the club, or you just waking up for your nap and you about to go hit up a hookah lounge, you like, man, let me check out what the sports show talking about right quick, man. Make sure y'all stay tuned, because what we got coming up next is we got to talk about the Bengals, man. The Bengals. Yeah. Some people said they weren't gonna make the playoffs already, but too good. And then we got to turn around, and then we got to talk about that Monday night matchup, man. We got Mahomes versus AP Hurts, man. Mm-hmm. So y'all stay tuned, hit the like button, share the video, man. Y'all gonna love what we got to say when we come back.
Let's get it. Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri.
This is Ed Han.
My name is Daryl Julian, and this is
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
And we're back after the short commercial break. If you didn't already look at the commercial, we have memberships: Pro, All-Star, Superstar. If you didn't watch it, go back and watch it. There you go.
I wrote a song about it. You want to hear it? Here you go. But yeah. Also, y'all seen all the other shows that we have to offer on the network. There's two more we got to add to that promo, but for now, it's RBO and we got In the Red Corner. But all the other shows are there, man. Everybody on this network is working hard, man. CTC just dropped another episode earlier. I think BWT went live early as well. And FFC.
There you go.
And I'm telling y'all, man, hey, Disney, y'all better not fall through, man, because we coming for that spot.
Facts.
But all I'm saying, man. All I'm saying. Or you can write a check. I ain't going to say too much.
I mean,
we doing partnerships. Y'all not owning nothing over here.
Facts.
Speaking of owning, the Ravens look like they own this division, man. Looking like they own it. I mean, the Steelers may have something to say about it, but the Ravens look like they're trying to run away with this division. Yeah, that was them calling. But we got to ask, man. After last night, the Ravens hand the Bengals a 34-20 loss, but Joe Burrow exited midway through. I think it was the second quarter with a wrist injury, quote unquote, that no one knew about, and they took another L, another division loss, and we got to ask, man, are the Bengals done? So, being a residency Bengals fan here, I haven't repped for the Who Dey Nation, so that's why I had to put why they fell in this season, I don't know. But starting off the season 0-2 in the division, I wasn't done. Burrow playing on that bad calf or Achilles injury that some would say, I still wasn't done. I was like, he should sit down, but I still don't think they done. But after last night, actually one more, Jamar Chase coming out and saying, I'm always open. Still wasn't done because the next game they got him the ball. But after last night, I really gotta say it, man. I know I ain't said this in a while, man, but you're done, son. Currently, they're the 10th seed in the AFC. All right. You start off 0-3 in your division because to get to the playoffs, your main focus is you want to win your division first. Then you worry about the seeding because technically you win the division. You're going to get a home game. You're going to be at least in the top 4, the top 5, right? Seedings because it's like 8 teams. So 7 teams. But 0-3. Now the next few games they got the Steelers next on the short week with a backup quarterback. Then after that, let me see who they got because I had it up here. Because it's gonna get ugly for them. This is
Yeah.
already rough. You got, like I said, you got to win your division. Then now you got to try to win out in the conference. So you got to win almost all of your AFC games just to keep afloat, and hopefully that some other teams fall off. So you got to hope that the Browns don't pick up. Technically, with their situation, Deshaun Watson he's out for the rest of the season too, right?
Yep.
So now they also have a backup. So if I'm the Steelers, I'm looking at it like all we gotta do is just maintain, players. We just gotta maintain. But yeah, they got Jacksonville after that, the Colts, Minnesota with Josh Dobbs, who was like the next Kurt Warner for some strange reason. Like he's balling.
Oh.
Then they got Pittsburgh again, Kansas City, and they end the season with Cleveland. I don't see it because I think the Steelers have a weaker schedule than them. They also got like what they say the 5th ranked hardest remaining schedule with a backup quarterback. Of course, Mixon is there. Of course, Chase is there. I think T. Higgins has been in and out the lineup, but you got Tyler Boyd. They can find some ways to win some of these games, but as far as them making the playoffs, it's not happening, man. They done.
I agree. Like you said, you're done, son. And I feel bad now, but this is pretty much what I predicted in the beginning of the season. Now, this is not the injury that I was talking about, but I did say that I feel like they would not make the playoffs because Joe Burrow would not be healthy. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened last night. And that only hurt the Bengals, but it hurt my fantasy team.
Oh, he was your starting quarterback.
Yes, it was Joe Burrow.
Oh, man. I got Baker. All right, go ahead and finish your point, man.
We'll talk after the show. But I don't see it. I don't see it. Even going up against the Vikings and the Browns, who also are going to have backup quarterbacks in there because both of their quarterbacks are out for the regular season. Josh Dobbs has been balling out since he got to Minnesota. So I don't see them currently right now. I don't see them being able to beat them. And then they had one of their corners also go out last night. Who's been shining for them. He got hurt last night, so he's out. Don't see them beating the Steelers. Because that defense is starting to get right, and then you got Kenny Pickett now starting to feed George Pickens a little bit more. So I can see the Steelers winning, sweeping that honestly, unless something happens. But it's a division game, so you never really know. But from what I see, I don't see them being able to beat anybody in the division. And like you said, they're 10th in the AFC right now.
Yep.
It's a lot that they're gonna have to rely on in order to get to the number 7, because right now they're 4th in the division. Right now, you got the Ravens at number 1, Steelers 2, and Browns 3rd.
They needed that game last night.
They desperately needed that game, and Joe Burrow was looking good before he got hurt.
Yeah,
and then that was it. So I definitely think that they're done, but I want to give the Ravens some praise though, because they've been dealing with injuries all season. Mark Andrews is now out. Who knows how long? Indefinitely right now. He has I think he has a fractured rib or a fibula, something like that. He's out. His ankle's done. So, but Lamar Jackson is 8-1 against the Bengals in his career. He's only lost to them one time. So the Ravens are doing what they need to do.
I bet that one time they lost, he probably didn't finish the game.
It could be possible. It could be possible.
That's almost a clean sweep.
Yeah, almost a clean sweep. Whew. So I won't say that the Ravens own the division, but they own the Bengals. I'll say that for sure, because they already have 2 losses in the division right now, the Browns and the Steelers. So I won't say that they own the division. They're number 1 in the division right now, but I wouldn't say they own the division.
I think they could run away with it. That's where I was going with it, because with D Watt going down, because he looked good in that Ravens game, and then next thing you know, they said he's done for the season. So it's like the defense was already keeping them in games. I mean, they 6-3. They gonna find a way. Like the Browns
Yeah.
have been finding a way. You right.
They got DTR. DTR,
Yeah.
then they got the other guy, PJ Walker, that's back there. They fine. They got two really good backups.
But it's gonna be tough because the Steelers right now, TJ Watt,
Yeah.
he see a young quarterback. He like, all right, it's like that commercial he got when he was tackling the hot dogs. He's like, it's game time, bro. And
So it's like Nick Bosa when he see a certain kind of player on the other side. There you go.
now you got Chase on the other side too. I'm just saying, man, like it's so what was it? It was a meme out there. It's like the Steelers get the award for doing nothing and winning at the same time. Like they ain't have to do nothing in the division but just stay afloat, and they right here now.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And they're the 5th seed in the AFC. Like just look at the AFC right now. Under them is the Browns, who just lost their quarterback.
There you go.
7th seed, the Texans. Who
That's
thought the Texans
crazy.
was gonna be here?
That's crazy. I think that's the biggest surprise because I think I had three teams in this division going. I had the Steelers, Browns, and Ravens all going to the playoffs in my prediction, but I had no idea that the Texans was going to be able to be like this.
Me neither.
No one saw. I didn't see CJ Stroud being this good. I thought he would be good, but not this good. He's been balling.
So that's why I kind of looked at it and said the Bengals still have a chance, but
I don't think so.
I don't think they do because Josh Allen is not hurt.
There you go.
Now I will say this: they the 11th seed, they 5-5. He's not hurt, so they could steal that spot from the Bengals and just move up. And then again, the Texans, because in front of the Bills right now is Bengals, Raiders, Colts, Texans. That's just for the 7th seed, so they technically could get up there unless CJ is who we didn't think he was, and he just keeps winning. And for the sake of Texas, don't keep winning because I gotta hear that.
Nah, I definitely I've always felt the Texans would improve because of their head coach who's over there now, who came from San Francisco. The defense has always been a good thing for him, and I knew that was going to carry over. If you look at all the coordinators that came from San Francisco, when they went over to the other team, that side of the ball that they coached improved. The Jets, when Robert Saleh went over there, defense improved. Mike McDaniels went down to Miami, offense improved. And now
Sean McVay, no, he wasn't with the Niners.
He wasn't with us, but yeah. But now you got my guy down in Texas and Houston doing this thing. So
what was LaFleur? LaFleur was with, or that was just the Commanders.
That was Commanders.
Okay. That now that makes sense. You see the two names I said they're a little struggling right now. One of them got a ring though.
That's true.
But nah, yeah. For me, I think the Bengals are done.
Yeah,
only because of the landscape, man. Just because of the landscape. Like if they had the Steelers schedule, I would probably pick them. But because they don't, nah.
Yeah, nah. They done. Sorry.
I will say this though. One thing I will say about the Texans as we roll over into the next topic. I know I killed the coach for going there because of how the Texans have treated their head coaches, but I'm glad he shut me up, man, because he's doing the right thing now. If they fire him,
I'll be highly upset.
I'm going back to what I said about the Texans. That's all I'm saying.
Highly upset if they fire him because he's been doing a great job.
Yeah, that's the only reason I didn't want him to go there.
And it's crazy they fired Lovie Smith because they weren't able to draft Bryce Young, but they got CJ Stroud and now they're winning. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure almost nobody even mentioned that, but that's crazy. That's crazy.
And then the one win that Bryce Young has
is against the Texans.
but hey, man, look, don't win this weekend. That's all I'm saying. Not the Texans. I'm talking about the Panthers. I cannot survive in the chats if the Cowboys lose to the Panthers, man.
That's who y'all play on Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's a W. You ain't gotta worry about that. That's a W.
I know there's only one game I'm really worried about this weekend.
You shouldn't be. That's a bad team. Y'all beat them on bad teams.
Oh no. I'm talking about this Monday night matchup.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot going on right now because
that is true.
There's some people that got to be quiet for a week. There's some people that got not. It's either they got to be quiet or I got to post 3 nice things about the Eagles. And
oh my goodness! At least you ain't got to come on the show and say nothing. I'm glad you ain't take that.
Yeah, nah. That's one bet I will call out for. I'm sorry. Y'all gotta catch me on members only. We doing that one. But y'all probably like, what game are they talking about? So Monday night, I mean, we said it early in the show. We got the Super Bowl rematch. We have the Philadelphia Eagles heading out to Kansas City. Again, I repeat, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to Kansas City because a lot of people thought they was in Philly. No, they're going to Kansas City to play the Chiefs on Monday night, right? And I just want to say this, Dave. I don't know who's been holding a bigger grudge, the Eagle fans or Bradbury, about this Super Bowl game. So I know they ready for this rematch more than we are. So I'm gonna ask you, Dave, who needs this game more, the Eagles or the Chiefs?
Well, Andy Reid is 27-4 after a bye week in his career. That's 31 seasons in the NFL. I'm not betting against Andy Reid after a bye week. However, I think just because of what's happened this season with Kansas City, I believe they need this game more. Now, yes, they are number one in the AFC. They are the defending Super Bowl champions. I understand all of that. But they have not looked great offensively this year. And their offensive coordinator got a job. He did a lateral move and went to Washington. And their offense has vastly improved this season compared to what it was last year. But their defense improved this year. So they have a top 5 defense, which Joe might have been the only person that said that this would be the best defense that they'll have this season. Joe's the only person that I know has said that. But I'm going to say Kansas City needs this more because who is everyone calling the best team in the NFL right now? They're saying that the Eagles are the best team in the NFL right now. That's from what I've been hearing.
Who said that?
That's what I've heard. And then we had someone on the show say that wasn't even a part of the script. So,
oh yeah, Jalen Hurts is taking them back to the Super Bowl.
And then we have, right now, do the Eagles have a chance of losing first place? And if they lose this game, I would say no, because they're the only one-loss team in the NFC. In the AFC, the Ravens are right there behind them, even though the Ravens did just lose against the Browns last week, but they just won last night. So if the Chiefs lose off the bye, then they're right there with the Ravens. The Ravens have an opportunity to still be able to take the number 1 seed. So I would say if they want to get back to the Super Bowl, keep the number 1 seed, I believe that the Chiefs need this win more.
So who needs this game more? Is it Eagles or the Chiefs? And I know I'm not going to say what everyone thinks I'm going to say and say it's the Eagles because, Dave, you already led the witness. They are the best team in the NFL record-wise, right? They have been playing some close games, but yet at the end of the day, they are finding ways to win those close games. That also says if the Eagles were to lose this game, they could bounce back. Technically, they have a gauntlet of matchups after this, so they could stumble into a losing streak, what could have them, in the middle of the pack of the top 3, because one of those games is the 49ers, and they need to either beat the 49ers or they lose to the 49ers, then what can happen? That could be potential rankings for the number 1 seed if they lose to the Chiefs. Also, I would have to post 3 memes a day for a week if they beat the Chiefs. So for me, I think the Chiefs need this game more because of my bet. And also, now outside of personal reasons, we talked about the landscape with the Bengals in the AFC. The AFC really looks like our fantasy football league.
Facts. Like, it's so close. It's so close. There's no.
Yeah, like you could win tomorrow and be in the playoffs, or you can lose and go from number 1 all the way down to the 7th seed, and that's just how it is in the AFC right now. In the NFC, the Eagles travel. Like they got a good run game, they got a good defense outside of the secondary woes, but they say some players are coming back from their bye week, so that's gonna help them a little bit. But you also got San Francisco, who has retooled when they went out and got Chase. You have Dak Prescott, who's on a run. You have the Lions, who are finding their footing after losing to the Ravens. Some would say that's just a blip in the system. So technically, I think the Eagles are more safe in the NFC because of the competition. But with the AFC and the way it's stacking out, I don't think the Chiefs want to fall to 2 or 3 and try to play an actual playoff game. You want the home field advantage in the AFC this year to be with you. You don't want to have to travel to Baltimore with the Lamars and the Odells and the Zays and the Aguilars and the anger that they're playing with, because they like, look, we deserve it. Some people say Lamar need to be MVP. Some people say Lamar needs to earn his check. So there's a lot banking with them right now. You don't want to mess up and let Miami find a way to sneak up to number 1, because with that high-powered offense, them playing at home, I know they ain't beat a winning team yet, but if you catch them at home, it might get a little ugly for Mahomes, because you gotta score back, and you gotta score back to back with them. They was over in Germany that first game, but now you go to Miami and try to play them with a questionable secondary, and then your only real target is, some would say right now, my man Kelsey. They do got a young and Reese Rice they're trying to bring up, but it's a bad time. And you look at Philly right now, it's just like they're getting healthier. Jalen Hurts said he needed this bye week, for whatever was happening with his knee. A.J. Brown has been on a tear. Devontae Smith, once they find his footing in this offense, Goddard is not there. But still, you still got those 2 wide receivers. You still got that running game. You still got that offensive line. You still got the defensive line. So, again, there's so many things you can name with this Eagles team that if they were to take this L, they could bounce back. The Chiefs, on the other hand, they probably could bounce back, but I don't think it's going to be as easier for them to bounce back as it would be for the Eagles. So, for me, I'm taking the Chiefs.
I will say this, though. If anyone wanted to make a case for it to be more important for the Eagles, I would understand it, because look at their schedule they have up. They got the Chiefs on Monday night. Then they got the Bills, but they're going to be at home. The next 2 games is at home, but they got the Bills. They got San Francisco right after that. Then they got the Cowboys on the road. Then they got the Seahawks on the road. You got the Giants. That should be an easy win.
They close it out.
You close it out with the Giants, Cardinals, Giants. So if you make it through this 6-game stretch, at least like 3-2, you should be fine. 3-2, but it depends. Will that happen? And you got a good defense that you're playing against Monday night. You got a defense in 49ers who's out to prove something now, because
it's personal.
They haven't looked good, and then that's a personal game because of what happened in the NFC Championship game last year. The Bills, because Josh Allen might want to prove that he's not the turnover prone guy, but I mean it's already been proven. So you got that. Then you got the Seahawks. But Geno hasn't looked that good this year. They just happen to be 6-3. And then you got, like you said, the Cowboys. They played you close on the road. So now you go to Dallas. So how's it going to work out? So I could see if someone made that a case.
Now, if you're a fan of the Eagles, you definitely make a case that this game, you need this game more because of exactly what you just said. And also, you don't want the Cowboys to catch up. Look who I just said we play. We play the Panthers. Of course, the Commanders is a division game, but some people don't look at them as a good team, and they say Dallas should beat them. So that's 2 or 3 more games where they could catch up on you, and you don't want to start landsliding. Because the Bills, their defense has been balling out. It's just the turnovers that's really caused them to be 5-5.
Yep.
So, and like I said, Chase Young ready to get his get back.
Sure is, and so is that entire 49ers team.
Oh yeah. Nah, they've been talking all season. Bradbury, I hope you ready because Debo is not playing. With that being said, man, that's all we got for y'all today. We want to get up out of here. Hey, Dave, we went a little bit longer than we expected.
Hey,
so
we were able to talk about what we wanted to talk about, and we actually, went into detail with it too.
There we go. So let's talk about these last words right quick so we can get on up out of here, man.
Man, I'm just happy that Miami Heat's on a 7-game win streak. So keep doing what you're doing, Miami. There are talks about possibly getting Zach LaVine. I even just heard something about Klay Thompson possibly going to Miami. So I mean, for me, I'm happy where we are right now. We're third in the East. Let's just keep winning. Keep winning till Tyler Hero comes back so he can continue to ball out. Jimmy, keep balling out, keep doing your thing. You scored 30 last 2 games. Bam been playing good. Duncan Robinson been playing good. So just keep winning, y'all. And then San Fran, take care of business on Sunday. Oh, and Duke, thank you. I got another shirt. Thank you.
Well, I mean, just a shout out to the Commanders because my boy Teddy, he ordered the hat for me. I mean, going out on a limb sometimes actually has its rewards. I won a hat betting on the Commanders to beat the Patriots. Look at that. But my last word is more so for Bradley Beal. Joe, I know you wanted us to talk about this, but I'm gonna give you a nice little reel, okay? How many points this season is Bradley Beal averaging versus how many points this season Jordan Poole is averaging? Jordan Poole may not be balling out like James Harden, but he's playing. So for all them Wizards fans out there that was like, that was a dumb trade, we should have kept Beal. He about to be out another month. We're going into December, and I don't think he has yet to play one game yet. Talking about his back. So, hey, look, all them second-round picks may have worked out in our favor for now. Now, when you get out there and you start averaging 30 again, that's cool. But right now, I'm going to get my jokes off. I told y'all, I got a lemon. Bill. He lied! And then everybody talking about how worried should the Suns be. You should be extremely worried. We told you this. Let's get out of here, Dave.
Hey, man. Y'all saw, we done. Yeah, y'all heard what we said. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, become a member so you get access to our IG chats. Other than that, we out for the night.
And we got a new soccer chat, too.
Oh, yeah. We just launched a new soccer chat today. So if you're interested in it, let us know. But you got to become a member. Peace.
There you go.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.